Hello everyone and welcome back to our live stream at CGTN. This is Merna and Nasser coming to you live from Suzhou. Welcome back to the hype where minds collide and ideas amplify. The only thing very special about this episode is that we're saying hello to you from Suzhou. Today we will be discussing aspects from culture to tradition to innovation and then highlighting what youth's voice are during APEC. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our lovely group of guests. Let's start with Zhang Xue over here. Please say hello to our audience.
Hello, my name is Zhang Xue. I'm an embroidery artist coming from a family of doing embroidery, and I come from Suzhou.
Welcome. Our voice of Suzhou is sitting right here next. Asma, please say hello.
Hello, my name is Asma Derouiche from Tunisia, and I'm a journalist on China Arab TV. Hello.
Hello. Eric?
Hi, my name is Eric Napoli. I'm a Brazilian reporter from the media outlets Poder360 and Tarde, and it's an honor to share the stage with all of you guys.
Welcome. And our professional Konstantin over there. Please say hello.
Yes, hi. My name is Konstantin. I come from Russia and I've been living and working in China for 20 years.
Wow.
Journalist for CGTN.
Yay! All right, so welcome guys to the show. It's so exciting to have voices from different parts of the world all gathered here in your hometown of Suzhou.
Yeah.
So Zhang Xue, can you tell our audience who are global what's so special about Suzhou? Tell us about your hometown. What are they welcome to see? And what makes Suzhou so special that you invite people from all over the world to enjoy it?
Well, I think Suzhou is a very special city. There's a proverb say that there's paradise in earth, Suzhou and paradise on heaven. Yeah. Suzhou and Hangzhou on earth, right? So Suzhou is also a very beautiful city. It's a city that incorporates with tradition and modern elements. So welcome everyone to come to Suzhou. Yeah.
Awesome. Can you share that exact sentence in Chinese? How is it said?
上有天堂, 下有苏杭. Yeah, welcome.
Literal translation, which means there's heaven in the skies and the something closest to heaven on earth, which is Suzhou.
Yeah.
Wow. So very welcome to be here. We have been on a journey for a few days. As you guys have seen, lots of our coverage on CGTN has been all the beautiful aspects of our trip. So I'd love to start with Asma. So far, the past few days, what has really caught your attention about Suzhou?
I like the mix between modernity and traditions. It really beautiful. I love also people here are very nice. I love the environment's very clean, very green also. So yes, it's really it's so impressive, and I really like it. If I have another chance, I will back more and more.
Oh, that's awesome. Eric, what about you? What really caught your attention these days?
Well, we had a very busy schedule, all of us. We visit a lot of places, but the best thing I enjoyed during my staying here is at night I go out. I went to the Shentang Street. That's how you say it, Shentang, and Pingjiang Road. That's how you say it. I'm not sure.
We have to ask our professional
my
Suzhou
pronunciation is,
man here. That's okay.
Yeah, my pronunciation is kind of bad, but basically it's like a street, like very beautiful. Like there's channels, there's bridges. It's a wonderful place to take pictures. And I don't know, I heard they say like it's the Venice of the East, right? They have like
yes,
maybe you say Jingjihu Lake, Jingji Lake.
Jingji.
Yeah,
no, I haven't been there. No.
Pingjiang Road.
Yeah.
Oh, Pingjiang Road.
Pingjiang
Okay.
Road,
Yeah.
Very, very nice city. I love city walking, like that's kind of my thing, and I love to do that at night, and it was wonderful.
It's so beautiful about Suzhou that there's so many places that are beautiful that he said one, you're like, no, not that one. So there's so many aspects of Suzhou that you can visit. Konstantin, tell us, this is your first trip to Suzhou, right?
Exactly.
You have been reporting around China for 20 years. What made this trip so special for you?
Oh, as you correctly said, it's my very first trip to Suzhou, and a lovely city indeed. A lovely chance to get acquainted with a city which year in, year out stands in the top 5 cities of China concerning the investment climate, the business climate. It also stands in the top 5, according to the polls, among the foreigners living in China, stands on the top 5 as a city most convenient for living in China for foreigners, etc., etc. Basically, if you look at all the polls that are brought out nationwide or internationally, Suzhou is in the top 5s everywhere, right? Wow. So it's an amazing city with a very rich history, with amazing culture. Here has been said that Suzhou is called the Venice of the East. The locals argue Because Suzhou is 1,000 years older than Venice. So they say, nah, it should be Venice, which is called the Suzhou of the West.
Nice.
Not vice versa. So it's an amazing experience over here. Great trip. You guys come over here. It's quite enjoyable and interesting.
Yeah.
It is, it is. They've all covered such beautiful aspects in telling all our lovely audience. If you do have a chance, please do visit Suzhou. One highlight point of our trip is we focused a lot on museums. There were so many different beautiful museums we visited since our first day here. And Suzhou is known to have many beautiful museums, right?
Yes.
So basically, as you understand that, hearing their stories, you can see that every tile and every brick in Suzhou has a story. And the one place to unlock all these stories are museums, because they hold the keys. Let's start with Konstantin. Which museum specifically really caught your attention?
I fell in love, I honestly fell in love with a museum called the Six Arts, what makes it a very special place, holding a special place in my heart is, first of all, it's a private collection. It's a very vivid example of intercultural cooperation. It's a museum based on the private collection made by an American citizen living over here in Suzhou, and he collected all the unique artifacts from all around China for more than 40 years, then finally organizing the museum. What is more interesting is not that this museum is a bright example of intercultural cooperation. It's a very good experience and a business model of the private museums and how that might work, how they can be monetarized, so to say, in China. That's a perfect example, a perfect organization. That's a business model, first of all, which should be appreciated and studied not just in China, but I think globally. It's it's a perfect example. It was quite amazing experience.
And you got to meet the creator as well yesterday, so that was
yeah,
quite exciting, right?
we became very good friends. By the way, I'm not sure if I'm doing the advertisement over here or not, but. You guys come over. I mean, they've got the hotels, the museum, the very nice cuisine over there, and everything. So, as I said, it's a very good, not just arts development, but a business model which should be, I think, learned more.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Eric, you know, Brazil is very dynamic. It's filled with cultures, and you have very colorful people all over Brazil for their love of arts and their love for music. All the museums that you visited, which one really left an impression on you, and you feel like youth from Brazil would love it?
Well, personally, my favorite was the Suzhou Museum, the one that was designed by, I forgot his name, the architect, A.I.P. That's his name? Yeah, it's the same guy that designed the Louvre.
Oh yeah.
I forgot his name. But, well, I fell in love with the architecture of the place. Like, it makes you feel like very comfortable. It makes like everything kind of stands out and like very, there's like those windows. They're like in an hexagonal. It's kind of dumb saying that. Like, it's simple, but like it's so nice. It's like so beautiful being around like a place like that. And also, I'm like a big history fan. And I love like Chinese civilization. Like, I'm not like saying that just to please you guys. Like, I'm a big fan of like all history, and like the Chinese dynasties. And I like to see like this old stuff. I like to spend like all day like in the museum reading like all the descriptions. And well, I felt like very like safe, like very pleasurable like atmosphere. I can say like that. And like that was my favorite. Like,
the windows indeed, because they may look simple like he explained, but when you look behind them, the views are so beautiful. They're filled with Suzhou's trees and pomegranate trees. It's quite beautiful.
Exactly. Like you're walking in the museum, like there's a window, and like outside there's like a beautiful tree.
Yeah.
Like
those windows basically are working like a frames, which frame they concentrate you on some special spot or the view.
Yes.
And like every detail, like the ceiling, like the stairs, like everything, like the triangles, they put triangles everywhere. Like I fell in love with that.
That's quite nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I do think more people, if they visited, you have to take the OG picture of the Suzhou window, I feel, because showing all the beautiful back. Asma, what about you? What really caught your attention?
Actually, when this is my first time visiting Suzhou, and I feel the connections between, as an Arabic journalist, I feel like there is a real connection between us and China, especially when we say museum, so it's mean culture. And I feel like there is a real connections and mutual understanding will happen. And especially China's culture has so much much depth to explore. So every time we visited another like a museum, I feel like, oh my God, this is so impressive. I love it so much. So yeah, this has made me like feel the real connections between Arabic countries and Chinese cultures. Suzhou culture, yeah.
Suzhou culture, indeed. They've all highlighted such beautiful aspects of different museums, each of them highlighting one specific point. We also visited the Song Brocade Museum, and we've got to see so many beautiful embroidery and fabrics. So when we're talking about embroidery, we have to talk about with a professional over here. Can you tell us a bit more about what exactly you do, and what is the art of embroidery for our foreign audience who may not be very familiar?
Well, I think Chinese embroidery, especially Suzhou embroidery, it's really different from the embroidery you know in other countries. Why? Because embroidery in most countries, the material is wool thread or cotton thread. But Suzhou embroidery, the material is silk thread. So what's the difference? When you see a piece of work of Suzhou embroidery, you look it in a distance, you will see, whoa, that is a picture. But you get close to see the details. You see the thread, you see all the details. You find it's really exquisite. Wow, so beautiful. Yeah, so I think Suzhou embroidery is really different from the embroidery in other countries. So if there's opportunity, really welcome everybody to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, actually, a few months ago, I was like in a class and we tried doing that. And it's like it's so hard. Like,
wow.
Can you perhaps show?
Yeah,
so hard.
you can see this
Look,
one.
the design, the details. Oh my
The
God,
wrapping?
so
Yeah.
nice.
You use the silk and you like start doing like this, right?
Yeah, this is a double-sided
There's a
embroidery.
technique, right? To
Yeah, it's a special
well,
technique.
That's amazing.
Does
Yeah,
it,
It's really
does
hard.
it make it
really
harder
hard.
that it's silk?
Yeah, yeah. The silk is much more finer than the cotton, so you should be very careful when you're doing embroidery because it will be easily broken if you are not careful. And when you're doing embroidery, like me, your left hand is just down here and your right hand is up here. So your left hand, you have to cooperate with the right hand, and the 10 fingers you should be, cooperate with each other very well. If you are not careful, so the needle would, yeah.
Will hurt.
Yeah.
You know, that's quite beautiful. In Arabic culture, we also have tatriz.
Exactly.
Which is quite, it's not similar actually, but the
it's very difficult,
effort
like,
that's put in is also equal.
When I see my grandmother or my grandparent, I can say, okay, she hoped like in the future will take her like techniques, but it's impossible for me.
But he has done it actually. You're the 4th generation inheritor. Can you tell us a bit more about how your family has inherited 4 generations of this art and continued to a young person like you?
Well, this is a really tradition, in Suzhou to do the embroidery. And in my family, when I was a child, my grandma, my mom, my aunt, all the women in my family, they're all doing embroidery. So I would treat embroidery maybe a daily life thing. And when I was, a kid, I will not treat it as a special. It's just a usual thing. When I grow up, I graduated from university. I think the inherited is a really special thing for me. And also, in traditional, so just the embroidery skills is passed from mother to daughter, but not for son. So I'm very special in my industry.
That is pretty special. That's quite nice, yeah. We have to get to know each other a little bit more later about why you got into this embroidery as well. But what we would love to also highlight is that APEC is coming up. We're actually really excited to be joined here with young voices from different parts of the world. We have China, Tunisia, Brazil, and Russia. To begin our APEC exciting meeting, we have lots of young voices involved this year. So let me ask, for example, let's start with Asma. Tunisia, or that part of the world, is actually not involved, not a member of APEC right now. But tell us, what do you think in the future voices from Tunisia could add to APEC?
Even though that Tunisia isn't a member, APEC affects global trade innovation. And for sure, Tunisia will take new ideas, trade opportunities, and for sure, global partnerships when it's staying involved. yes, in the future we hope Tunisia can be part of the APEC, yeah.
It is indeed, even though some countries may not be a member economy of it. But in the end of the day, everything that happens in the entire world does affect everyone because we are a big global family
Exactly,
in the end of the day. What about the youth of Brazil? Can you tell us a bit more about their aspects or their thoughts in the future, perhaps joining, or their thoughts about APEC in general?
Yeah, at first you think like APEC and Brazil, like there's nothing in common, but like I think it's like totally the opposite. Like both regions, I think they have like more in common than they think. Like we both like suffered for years with colonization. Like we have like kind of the same problems. We can help each other to find solutions to them. And well, my dream, we can say like that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully maybe we can like expand the area, like englobe like all the Southern Asia, Pacific to like the South America, because that's what I said. We have much more in common than we think.
We do, we absolutely do, because in the end of the day, like you said, so much stuff in common. The theme for APEC right now really involves connection and sustainability and innovation. Let's ask Konstantin over here. From your perspective, what do you think young voices can bring to APEC this year?
Let's look at the broader picture. I guess it's not about this year. It's what about young voices all in all, right? I think it's, we've been witnessing the eternal fight between the younger voices and the older establishment, right? So I think it's quite normal, right? And younger voices and the older establishment each have their advantages, right? The elder establishment is more experienced, but probably more rigid. The younger voices, the younger mind is more flexible, probably more innovative, right? So every side has got their advantages. So what we need to do is to probably cooperate and listen to each other from the, different heights of the age to fulfill, each other and to cooperate, to use each other's probably some good spots. That's how it works. That's how it will work, I'm sure.
It is. And as it is coming up, you have been actually having conversations with people from different countries, even during your live stream yesterday. What are you anticipating most for this year's APEC?
Excuse me, for this year's APEC? Well, everybody is expecting more stability, of course. We are going through a major period of turbulence, right? So probably we should, during this APEC summit, we should remember what APEC was all about, what it all achieved, already achieved, what have we seen throughout the past 30, 35 years, right? We saw the cooperation, we saw the free trade, we saw the open regionalism. I think this summit might be about remembering what we achieved within the framework of APEC. And we did achieve a lot. Within 30 plus years, we dropped the tariffs threefold, and this threefold drop resulted in tenfold growth in the trade, regional trade, which made every country develop even faster, which made every country richer. Right now, the APEC economies, they provide more than 60% of global GDP. That's what we reached within 30 plus years. So do not forget what we are working on, what we have been working on. Probably this APEC summit is, remembering our utmost purpose, right? And then getting back on the right track.
He has highlighted something so true, which is it does affect a big portion of the world's GDP. So to our young, lovely followers watching, if you have something you would love to share with us about how you think young people can connect and can put their voices in APEC summits, please leave it in the APEC meetings, so please leave it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Connection or making, contribution, collaboration with different parts of the world starts a lot by sharing traditions as well, making friends. You have shared lots of your traditional arts with people from different countries, and different friends from different countries learned from you as well. Can you tell us a bit stories about how you have shared the Suzhou embroidery to other countries?
Well, in past years, I come to Singapore, Algeria, in Europe, Algeria, yeah. And Italy, Europe countries, a lot of international cultural exchange. So by doing all these, I just found that we should go out and we should have more and more exchange with each other. I find that a lot of foreign countries people, they don't know Chinese culture, they don't know Suzhou embroidery,
Yeah.
so we should go out. And also, when I come to the foreign country, I just find that the culture and the history in this country is very beautiful, and we also can learn a lot of. Sometimes I would, use some elements to my country, to my work. I was doing a combination some elements to do the embroidery works. Yeah, in some of my works.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
some aspects from different cultures in different countries.
Yeah, and this is what I'm, doing in my work, because I want to, make the traditional embroidery to be more popular in young people,
Yeah.
and to make it much more fashionable. So I should, incorporate the modern elements, maybe the inspiration from other countries. So this is also important for my creating works. Yeah.
Yes, it is indeed. But I think continuing a culture is something that is facing the younger generation of all different countries.
Yeah.
You feel like there is a certain duty in continuing a specific art or a specific culture in their country. Asma, what about in Tunis? Do you feel like the younger generation, do you feel like there's some traditional stuff in Tunisia that are being forgotten, or do you feel like the younger people are bringing them back?
I think people think that Arab countries or Arab people don't think about innovation or technologies. So we really, but we are. We really wants to explore our culture, because our history, our culture is very rich. So I would like people will learn from us and learn from them, and to build real connections and mutual understanding. Yeah.
And you have found some similar aspects here in Suzhou as well this time.
Yes, exactly. So Suzhou, I'm really like it. Yeah, it's make me feel not home, but I feel like there is a Arab touch.
There is indeed. I also felt that, especially the hospitality. I
Yeah,
felt.
exactly. Yeah.
Tell us a bit more, Eric. What about Brazil? Do you feel like the younger generation are holding on to some traditional concepts or aspects of the country, or do you feel like it's all about modern innovation, new things?
Well, when you think about Brazil, you think football, samba,
Yeah.
you think about that. But Brazil, just like China, Brazil, it's a huge country. It's hard to talk about Brazilian culture, because there are so many cultures inside Brazil.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, I don't know one specific thing to say, but we also have a big embroiderment industry there, traditional, that's really beautiful. I think maybe you should go to Brazil to try their style, and bring some here to try this style. Maybe you can produce something together. I think that's a very interesting exchange, actually.
Yeah,
We have some very innovative stuff, and maybe you can incorporate that in your work. Because you said oh, how can we connect with young people this traditional art? You have to make it cool,
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah, that's what
It is true. Speaking of making something cool, Konstantin, you've been here 20 years. You have witnessed, let's say, the first beginning of some stories until how they developed 20 years later. Tell us, do you have any stories that you witnessed 20 years ago that's so different than today? That you can actually sit and tell a newcomer to China, wow, this is so different in my 20-year experience.
Well, that's an unexpected question, but let's see what comes into mind. Okay, first thing coming into the mind. I'm based in Beijing.
Yes.
Obviously, there are not that much places that foreign journalists can be based in China. Shanghai, Beijing, Xianggang. If you remember what the Beijing skyline looked like 20 years ago, 20-something years ago, and how it looks like now, just to compare it, probably two pictures, which was taken 20 years ago, and now there's a huge difference. Of course, it shows you how quick, Beijing, China, all in all.
So many tall buildings right now.
I remember I was walking around, say, the region of Guomao, right, the trade center of Beijing. The highest building 20 years ago was the so-called E Tower. Now, you can't even find it. Among those high-rise, major, huge skyscrapers, it's like a dwarf building right now, seriously. Another example which pops up in the mind is the destiny of the Shogun plant, a monstrous steel giant just to the west of Beijing. It was amazing to see how China develops its green agenda, right? How it develops the city planning, etc. What happened to Shogun, which was built in the 50s of the last century, it was basically the main emitter of all the greenhouse gases and all the other aerosols polluting the air. Now, by 2008 Olympics, the first Olympics held in Beijing, it was moved out. The air was cleaned up immediately. You could actually breathe, not just you as a journalist, all the athletes, etc., etc. But the most interesting thing is not just removing Shogun from the capital, not just cleaning, not just making the capital city green. The interesting story starts after the 2008 Olympics, is how they redevelop, how they make Shogun into a huge zone of artists, especially young artists, young entrepreneurs, how they bring in a lot of modern cooperation forums over there, how they beautified it. I remember how Shogun looked just after it was closed. There was a hole in the wall through which I crawled, to make the pictures of the godforsaken Shogun, sooty, dusty, everything, very, very, industrial end of the world. It was fun on one hand, very cyberpunk, I would say so. But now you want to recognize it. It's totally not what it used to be. It's a lot of greenery. You have music festivals, people having a rest on the grass, enjoying their coffee. It's amazing. I'm going every week right now.
Really?
Yeah. So the story of Shogun is basically the story of my life, the story of Beijing, the story of China, how it redevelops, modernizes, becoming greener, becoming more developed, etc. You guys should go if you didn't yet.
Well, you've heard it from him, dear followers. If you ever want to see Konstantin in action, please visit Shogun, perhaps on the weekends.
Every Sunday I'm over there taking pictures and enjoying my cup of coffee.
Sundays in Shogun with Konstantin. That'll be so fun.
Actually, I want to say something that now it's very important to keep our cultural identity safe. Like in Tunisia, for example, we really work hard to keep our cultural identity safe. For example, we mix between a new idea with culture and without losing our identity. So APEC also can grow economically without losing cultural identity.
Yes,
so
indeed.
As
innovation is one of the key aspects of this here. And speaking of innovation, can you tell us a bit more about how over the years you have added your own touch to Suzhou embroidery? As I know, you're from the younger generation, as you said. You're one of the male inheritors, which is not very common. Tell us a bit more. How did you add innovation to it?
After my graduated from college and I come to the industry, I really want to find the niche in this industry. And when I come to the industry, my hometown, I find that most people who are doing the job in this industry, they are, the age is a little bit old, but there are very little young people in this industry. I think that's a really pity thing. I come from the family of doing embroidery, so I think I should do something. When I start, I want to say, well, I should begin my career just like my mom, my family, or I want to do some new things. Wow. So I choose I want to do something more new things. So to make the embroidery industry to make other things, or it can also do a lot of new things. So I do the embroidery like some, pocket man, Hello Kitty. These elements, I combine these elements into my embroidery works. So this is my goal. Want to make especially young people to accept it can't be the perception of it's an older thing, it's a traditional thing. So this is for me a very big thing that I should start my career to make embroidery different.
Yes.
So this is what I'm doing these years. Yeah.
Amazing.
Very inspiring. As we are highlighting the key of innovation, but without losing the traditional touch, how did people receive your new creations or your new designs? Did they go like, no, like the elders, or did they go like, this is quite interesting?
Well, actually, I think traditional is the foundation. When I want to create a new work, I will always, the inspiration of the work is still tradition. But I want to, the final pictures displayed, when people see it, they will find that, whoa, it seems that it's something, different from the traditional one. So the picture can be very new, modern, but I use the traditional elements. So this is what I do. And this is also called 兼收并蓄 in Chinese. And this is what I always want to do, to incorporate, or I want to make the traditional things and have a connection with the modern one. Yeah.
Wow.
That is very inspiring, isn't it?
Yes.
What about in Brazil? Can you tell us a bit more about the younger generation in terms of innovation? What do you think Brazil can have future ideas of innovation, and what are the young people doing now to keep something traditional yet very new and attractive for the younger generation?
Well, just like Asma said, I think we have a very unique cultural identity.
Yes.
And just like you said, you gave a very good example about how China developed, how they put some effort to clean the capital. And I think Brazil also has his own path to development. We have to use our strengths and also try to fix our failures with other good examples like China, like Tunisia. And for example, Brazil, they have a very huge market of clean energy. We have one of the cleanest energy production in the world. We have hydro, we have wind, we have a bunch of solar, just like China. But I think Brazil, we have a little more of diversity. China is very good at solar, and but Brazil are competitors, but in a good sense. Yeah. And I think that's mainly the main focus of Brazil right now. How can we consolidate that industry? And we're also helping each other, helping the world gets better. Clean energy also has some issues, and we are all addressing that.
Yeah.
But maybe I think that's the way for Brazil.
Definitely, definitely. Konstantin, what are your thoughts about people right now from different countries innovating and bringing traditional culture to life, specifically also in Russia? How do you see the changes are in recent years?
Well, I don't know how to speak about Russia because, as you said, I've been living and working in China for 20 years. So unfortunately, or fortunately, Beijing is my second home right now. So I'm not sure about how it works in Russia right now. But I come back home to Moscow probably once within a couple of years. I do see that the young artists innovate. I do see that they, what is actually amazing is I see that globally they start sharing experience of how to redevelop the art zones. For example, Beijing was a very good innovator, as well as some regions, say in New York City, about renovating the old, industrial bases, getting the artists into there, redeveloping lofts, studios, etc., and make economically stagnant or godforsaken regions into something artsy and thriving. Americans were good about that. Chinese are very good about that. Russia is taking that experience and innovating in that very actively. We see pretty much the same in the very heart of Moscow, the old forgotten fabrics. Right now, the old industrial plants are bristling with young people trying to create some new arts projects, etc. Why I love to see it almost in every country around the world. That's how we cooperate. We do learn from each other. We do connect and we change the world for the better. That's how it should work. That's amazing to see.
Yes, indeed. We have shared lots about innovation, and as connection actually is one of the other aspects. We right now live in a digital world. You can literally talk to anyone from any country through your phone, through different apps. It's no longer a barrier. So I think that's a method of learning with each other. Since digital is a powerful tool, how do you see the digital world in promoting ideas or new creativity in your work?
So these 2 years, I used the WeChat, to cooperate with artists also doing woven. So it's a technique just like embroidery. She invited me to cooperate with her to do a work.
She's in another country?
Yeah, she's in Germany.
Oh, wow.
In Germany, yeah. So, and also, the Instagram like this, we can just post our works on it, and people all over the world can see it. And also, I think it's a very good way to make our traditional culture to express all over the world. This is a very good thing. And also, nowadays we can cooperate with them. She's very interested in Suzhou embroidery, in Chinese embroidery. I also very interested in what she did. So I think that's the aim we can work together. So really thankful for this take knowledge, the internet and so on. So this is really good for the people like me, just doing maybe traditional culture things. So I think that's very good. Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
Connecting through culture is something very, it's warm to the heart, because you find something close to your culture and then you find it in the other end of the globe. And it's always so magical when you go like, oh, it's quite similar to what I'm doing here.
Yeah, that's a very magic thing. He always, send me some the embroidery things. Also embroidery in Europe. I see the French embroidery. She sent the photo to me. I go, wow, that's really great. I have never seen that kind of embroidery styles before. Yes, so great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is, truthfully, digital world is really connecting us much more than previous generations, I would say. Specifically, you love to share your stories in China, and you love to focus on culture as well. Tell us a bit more. We've had this discussion before. You are now moving more to digital, and you're saying it's a bit difficult as well to put all your stories on the digital pages. What has been the biggest struggle so far, and what has been the biggest benefit of you sharing stories with the rest of the world?
For us, Arab countries or Arab people, they don't still interest in the Chinese culture. So when I started working here, or before I was studying here, so I really posted in my own account Instagram photos, look, today I'm in another city, look. I found there is a comment, people, wow, we didn't expect China like this, wow. Well, I said, oh, I need to post it more and more to encourage them coming to learn Chinese, and also to encourage them to see the beautiful China, because there is a little a wrong image that everyone can see. So when I started I can say that now I play a big role, encourage in the same time I'm a journalist. I learn day by day, and also I have people's in my side, I need to encourage them to come to China and to see the beautiful side here. So yeah, it's really amazing for me, and because after they see it, I'm here in China, I'm not in another country here. So they believe me, they waiting more and more, my visiting the other cities, and to see more and more about China. Yes.
Your following base, lots of them are from the Arab countries, right?
Yeah.
What are the most exciting aspects for them when they see your stories? Like, what do they want to see more? What do they get more excited from?
They want to see how people live here, the technology, like, because we live in like digital world, and also we live in like modern technology. So they want to see the good sides in China. Which is technology, like the robots, because like the cars, and also they want to leave they want to see also the culture, and because China is now developed very quickly, and they want to see, most of them want to see the good side, like technology, and they want to study Chinese because they believe when you study Chinese, you mean the future will will get a good job.
Will be Mandarin very hard to learn?
For me, in the first year, yes. But after, no. It's really like, it's not more complicated than Arabic or French, to be honest. Like Chinese, it's really good.
You did share something earlier with me. You feel like Arab people learning Chinese, the pronunciation is very pretty.
Yes, exactly. I told her, like, Merna, I said, like, when we learn Chinese, like, Mama, we really, like, will speak fluently. But, like, Chinese people, when learn Arabic, like, because we have, like, pronunciation is very hard. It's very, very hard to put it like to pronounce it. So now, yes, there is a lot of Tunisian people coming to study Chinese, Arab also, Saudi Arabian people. There's between 150 comes to Beijing to study Chinese, and this is very good. This will have a good impact in the future. Yeah.
It is. Eric, how long have you been in China so far?
In China, all combined, like 6 months.
6 months. Still a newcomer to China.
Yeah, I'm still a newcomer. Absolutely.
So you're going to be based in Beijing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a bit more about the past 6 months. Has the language been a bit difficult, or are you on your way to learning?
Well, of course. Like Chinese, when you arrive in China at first, basically you can't read and you can't speak. So like it's very hard. But I think like that's the biggest misunderstanding that people have from China.
Exactly.
Like, at least Brazilian people, when we think about like China, we think like, oh, Chinese people are very kind of cold. Maybe they work a lot. Like they work 20 hours a day. They don't have fun. They're not like very fun people. But like my experience is like totally the opposite. I feel like Chinese people, they like are very nice to me. Like I go out, people come talk to me. They try to like make me feel like integrated, even though like, oh, I don't speak Chinese. Maybe their English is like not as good as like other people. Like we try to connect. Like actually last night I was hanging out in Suzhou at night. I went to a bar and I was by myself there. And then like two people, they just came to me. They like, oh, where are you from? Like they speaking English with me. And then another woman came from, and then another guy, and they like kind of like all meet together there, like because of like me. They said like, oh, there's a kind of a foreigner here. Like I want to get to know him. Like. And we don't see that in many places, you know. Like China is like the Chinese people, they are like the best part of China. China has a lot of amazing things, but for me, like the Chinese people, they are the best.
They're also very hospitable, like you said. When they see you, you might think they don't want to talk to you, but they really want to talk to you. They're just a little bit shy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Konstantin, you've heard from a pure Chinese person sitting here, someone who's been working here and studying for a few years, and a 6 months new guest to China. From your 20 years of experience in language, what do you think was the hardest aspect of learning the language?
There was none.
None?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
It comes naturally. Well, first of all, I wasn't learning Chinese at all.
It just came naturally to you?
Yes. It takes time. You know, you have to accumulate. I came to Beijing in 2004, came to China in 2004, and I think except for Ni Hao, I couldn't say a word. As a journalist, for me it was easy. Thankfully, China was very open to the foreign journalists back at that time as well as now. You have a lot of English-speaking media back in China. If you have problems, back at that time even, if you had problems, you know, traveling around China, interviewing people on sites, the foreign ministry will gladly provide an interpreter for you. So Chinese side was very supportive, always. You come as a journalist, not speaking a word in Chinese, you could speak English, that won't constitute a problem. You could make a very high quality reports from over here. That's how open and supportive Chinese side was already back more than 20 years ago. But of course, you know, with the time there comes an understanding that as long as you live in this country, you have to start speaking, right? Now it accumulates, you know, day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out. In my own experience, I was a silent type of guy for 5 years. I think my accumulator, my China language accumulator was charging for 5 years. Then bang, and I start speaking.
Oh,
then,
wow.
Yeah, then there's another leapfrog in studying that is getting married to a Chinese girl. When you're into a Chinese family, you start speaking really fast.
Yeah.
You want to learn that quick? Get married. Good. There will be a very fast progress, I promise you that. Okay.
But I think that's similar also to other countries. Like the moment you get married, the other culture entering your family, you just speak so many different languages suddenly. And things you don't actually learn in like textbooks, like very local, domestic, specific jokes or something. Yeah. You need to really integrate with the people, like even hanging out with them when you go out to actually understand. You have heard different voices on how they're sharing and connecting with people from different countries, making friends in your 20 years of journalistic experience, from, you know, being on the field, reporting TV to social media. What do you think is the power that we now have as a younger generation in sharing our voices to the rest of the world?
Well, Merna, I feel some ageism in your question.
No, not at all. Because you're the most professional one so far.
I can smell some ageism in your question.
Because you're also
to my point of view, you know, journalist is still a journalist, no matter if he or her is 20, 40, or 60 years old, right? So if we are talking about you know, sharing your experience as a journalist, right? We're not talking about the age. We're talking about the job as it is. Now, what the journalism is all about. Is it about clicks or views or audience, or is it about entertainment?
To be real.
Or is it about satisfying the basic human curiosity? I think it's all above mentioned, but in the end of the day, it is guiding the public opinion, right? And that's a huge responsibility. You know, when I'm talking to my younger colleagues, probably, I see that they overly emphasize the amount of clicks and views they're getting.
Yes.
I often tell, when you're making the report, think about the consequences. Don't think about the hype it's going to produce initially or how many viewers are going to watch you.
Exactly.
Think about the consequences. Yeah. Will you lead the public opinion in the right or the wrong direction? And if you keep that in mind, you will be a good journalist. Yeah. No matter if you're 20 or 40 or 60 or 80. That's my point.
To be
exactly,
real,
yeah. Even if the methods are being changed, the story still has to be authentic and true that's being shared. All right, so this has been such a beautiful conversation with all of you. We've got to know each other so well. Before we end, we're going to say goodbye to our audience. If you can give the audience one sentence to welcome them to Suzhou, what would you say?
Well, welcome to Suzhou. You will see Suzhou is really a city that with a long history. It's beautiful, so you can see really different aspects of the beautiful scenery, culture, and also you can see the advanced technology here. So welcome.
Awesome. Asma, what about you? A message to our Arab audiences as well from you.
Firstly, I want to say hopefully in the future we will get more opportunities in digital world, and because we're really eager to be part of it, and also to collaborate more and to global progress. And also I want to thank you, Merna, for this for the invitation, and yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone. Thank
awesome. You. What about Eric over here?
Well, it was a pleasure to share the stage with all of you. You had some very good points I want to talk about with you, more about journalism. That's the thing, generation, they need that exchange, you know, I respect you a lot, I respect all of you a lot. And well, about Suzhou, Well, it's a beautiful city. The scenario, we had some very good luck with the weather. The weather was also
It was
amazing.
beautiful, yeah.
And well, just come see with your own eyes.
Study Chinese.
And yeah, I'm not a good example about it, but yeah, I'll try. And let's all study Chinese.
Together.
You've also seen Konstantin for 2 days in a row already. What is your message to our dear audience as a goodbye?
Guys, come to Suzhou. Suzhou is beautiful. Suzhou is sophisticated, like a ladies of Jiangnan. I love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, you've heard it, guys. We are actually so excited for APEC coming up. We have shared so many different aspects, so many different stories, each of our lovely guests holding a key to unlocking these stories. If you want to see more of our videos, please stay tuned to CGTN as we'll bring you more exciting coverage and live streams. This is Merna from Suzhou. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.